Hello and welcome to the 7th tutorial in the jQuery Basics series, and we're going to be looking at the fade action. There's four main fade actions which basically allow you to change the visibility of an element. There's fade in, which allows you to fade in a hidden element. Fade out, used to fade out a already existing element. Fade toggle, which just toggle between fade in and fade out depending on if the element is currently visible or hidden. And then there's the fade to action, which allows you to set the opacity of an element, so the particular opacity, and that ranges between 0 and 1. This tutorial seems you've done tutorial 2. If you haven't, don't worry, there'll be a link in the description to the source code. Just going to go ahead and open up our web page in a text editor. Also need to open up the JavaScript file as well. But first of all, I'm just going to go back here. I'm going to add a few elements, so div, copy and paste this a few times, add an ID. I'm going to put, for the ID, I'm going to put click. Copy and paste this because I will change the name of the ID in a moment. For this, I'm just going to put div1, div2, div3. I'm going to put click, div1, div2, div3. So we've done the HTML side. We're going to do the jQuery side now. So first of all, we'll just show you some of the elements. Let's have a look. So we got dollar. Now we're going to do click. So dot click, line there outside, dot click. So when it's been clicked, we're just going to perform this function. And this will essentially, today you need the dollar sign, quotation marks, inside we put hash div1 dot fade in, and by default we are going to fade out div1 because otherwise it won't fade in, which is pretty obvious. And I'm just going to put in fade out, and change this to 2, 3, change this to fade toggle, and we'll add another one for the fade 2. We'll put 4, change that to a 4, copy and paste this, change the 3 to a 4, put in fade 2. I'm going to specify the opacity, so we're just going to put 0.4. Now if we run this in a web browser, I see that one just disappeared because obviously we had the fade out method run there. And now if we click, let's just show you what happened. Div1 has come back, and that has come back because we've done fade in. Div2 has faded out because we have the fade out. Div3 has faded out because it's already visible, so it faded out. If we click it again, which we will, it'll fade back in. And Div4 faded to 0.4 opacity. If I click that, as you can see, it did A-OK. And if we inspect the element, as you can see, there's still all there, but the actual styling has changed. So let's just go back to this. Actually, just missed out something here. For the fade 2, you've got to specify the speed as well. My bad. I was going to specify 1000 milliseconds. So now if I go back and refresh this, I'll click, as you can see now it's faded to 0.4, I believe it was. Yeah, 0.4. You can also specify a callback. So after you specify these parameters, that's the same with these. So you can specify some milliseconds, maybe 4,000. And what you can do is specify a callback, or you can either call a separate function, which you can have declared here. We'll look into callbacks in a later chapter, or you can just have an inline function. But let's just show you how this runs now. As you can see, it was a lot slower because we had it on 4,000 milliseconds. That's it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're going to look at the slide action. If you have any questions, feel free to message us at support@sonarsystem.co.uk. You can comment on this video or directly message us via YouTube. All the required links for the source code will be in the description, including the source code from this tutorial. And as usual, thanks for watching and have a nice day.